Another day, another gaming news piece, and today we've had the state of play, which went on for about 40 minutes. It was just slightly over 40 minutes. They started off with one of their big hitters that are coming out on the PS5, Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. To me, it's all looking very flash. I'm not a huge fan of the games myself. I play them for a bit, but it's not the kind of thing I want to, sort of 100% and get through long term. Yeah, it looks good. There's no microtransactions, which is important for all the fans, and all the items that are in the game are earned in game. I mean, we can be glad that people railing against these sort of things over the years have sort of put a stop to all of that. So particularly with games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, in which you could spend a ridiculous £1,000 or $1,000 even. Given the way things have gone, there's not much difference between £1,000 and $1,000. But either way, you'd spend all that money and make it literally pay to win. You'll be able to play as Crash and Coco throughout, and also Dingo Dial, and there's also several art styles that will crop up in the game as well. That's out October 2nd. Now, the release dates were all kind of all over the place, some before Christmas, some after Christmas. The next one was Hitman 3, which is out in January. I mean, I'm going to be playing that anyway. I'll play that on the PC because I've got the other two games in this series on the PC. In fact, I've got all the games on the PC. But this one's going to have a PSVR mode for all three games. And it's looking very highly detailed in that respect from what we saw here. But for Hitman, I'd prefer the regular third-person perspective. Then there was Braid Anniversary Edition, which is an upgrade over the 2008 original, and one where you can reverse time to solve puzzles. This is not hugely my thing. I played a game called Horace for a while, which came out on the PC a couple of years ago, but it did tend to grate after a few hours. That's out in 2021. One game I was really looking forward to that's coming out is the Pathless, which is described as an open-world mythic adventure game where you play as the hunter, a master of archery, and you can bound across landscapes and also fly with the eagle in the game. This looks incredibly stunning and reminds me a little bit of a stealth game called Origami from 2018, along with a sort of mix of the original Ico. But I do wish we'd get a 1080p version of Ico. But until we can get that, the Pathless looks beyond stunning, and I can't wait to play it. That's due out at Christmas on the PS5. Then there's Spelunky II out on September 15th. Somehow I missed the first one, even though I do love a platformer, even though this one does look incredibly complex. Then we had Gentian Impact, which was a cinematic trailer, and I never really understand this sort of thing. If it's your bag, it's out in the autumn. And I was glad they said autumn, not fall. It's autumn. Just get with it. Then we had Aeon Must Die, as in not Elon Musk, but Aeon as in Aeon. I had absolutely no idea what was going on with this. It's like a sort of weird art style version of Mortal Kombat, although they did have a cool version of Mahler's Fifth Symphony playing over the trailer. I won't play it here because it'll just get a copyright claim. That's out in 2021. Next up was the rather odd-sounding Anno Mutationem, which has a sort of slight use of pixel art, but there's some Deadlight in there and My Friend Pedro, and I do love the look of that one. I can't wait to play it. That's out in December. Then we had Bug Snacks. Yeah, that's what everyone's looking forward to, isn't it? This was gameplay on the PS5. It's not a game I'm going to be playing. Definitely one that's, for kids. That's out for Christmas. Or Holiday 2020. Holiday. It's flipping Christmas.
The Force is strong with you.
They made a PSVR game, Star Wars Vader Immortal. Now, I'd love to know when we're going to get a PSVR 2. But actually, this game does look like one that'll serve VR well. I just wish I had the Move controllers. And I wish I'd make those available at a decent price and not have people try and rip us off on eBay for them. Next up was Control Expansion 2, or so the state of play was being padded out with DLC. I've not played Control myself, but yeah, maybe it's for you. Then there's also Chess, which is out in October, if you really need to play a chess game on a console. But then we had Hangman on the Atari 2600 back in the day, and so people would pay £30 for a game of Hangman that you could play, with pencil and paper, and they were charging an absolute fortune for it. And you never got to hang a man; you got to hang a monkey for some reason. That made no sense at all. As if hanging monkeys was, hanging animals even, or any sort of animal was better than hanging a person. It's in 2020, you'd probably get in jail, more jail time for hanging the animal than you would for hanging the human. Then we had the Pedestrian, which looks quite an intriguing puzzle platformer style game. even featuring a Game Boy at one moment. That's out in January. Then we had a big cinematic trailer for Hood, Outlaws and Legends, which is part of the Robin Hood lore. To me, it looked rather Assassin's Creed-like. I'm, kind of giving up with those sort of games myself. But they make an absolute fortune, so I expect this will do the same. Why not just call it Robin Hood? Who knows? Ask them. That's out in 2021 anyway. Then we had Temtem, which looks like some sort of multiplayer game, not really sort of my sort of thing at all, but no doubt it'll be something for a lot of people. Then for a lot of people, the one that people are looking forward to is Godfall, coming out from Gearbox Publishing, which there's an overview of the combat. I mean, we've seen some gameplay of this before, but it's described as a looter slasher with intense action. There's loot progression systems, and as well as the combat, you can also play as single and multiplayer throughout the game. You go around the worlds of earth, water, air, and fire, but in none of those will you come across microtransactions, which will please a lot of people. It does look very nice, but it looks all a bit hack slash, rather like the Dark Souls series. So it's all a bit samey in the gameplay. So let me know in the comments below which ones you'll be playing. For me, obviously there'll be Hitman 3. I just can't wait to play that. And there's also the Pathless, Anno Mutationem, Spelunky II, Star Wars Vader Immortal, and the Pedestrian. Those are all ones I definitely want to check out. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the little bell for all the notifications. And Q Genesis.